Well, I've been sitting here on this dock by the bay, watching my blue skies turn to gray. Didn't know if I should run or stay, so I pulled up Mike's weather page, 'cause Mike's weather page, you know he's got the news to keep you safe. Mike's weather page is only a click or two away. Well, I admit that I had one or a few, 'cause I was down and I was feeling blue. But then I clicked on Mike's fan page. I saw all my friends now, I'm okay. 'Cause Mike's weather page, you know he's got the news to keep you safe. Mike's weather page is only a click or two away. We all know Mike's a real fun guy. He'll track the storms as they blow by. But when the drunk donkey comes out to play, Miss Julie, take his phone away. 'Cause Mike's weather page, you know he's got the news to keep you safe. Mike's weather page is only a click or two away.
Not sure what the gusts are, but
Well, there's Louie and
definitely,
no telling what they're gonna do.
I think we're
You
seeing a
know
little
he's
higher gusts.
got more than a million fans. Yeah, 'cause now Mike's weather page, you know he's got the
Trying to
news
keep
to
the
keep
camera from
you
getting
safe.
wet.
Mike's
Key
weather
Largo.
page
We're in the
is
eye of
only a
Dana.
click or two away. Mike's weather page, you know he's got the news to keep you safe. Mike's weather page is only a click or two away.
Yeah. What's up, everybody? Good morning. Oh, my countdown's running. Oh, well. How's it going? TGIF. I did not ignite Twitter yet. I got to figure this out. So we're going to try to get on to Twitter, folks, here real quick. So bear with me. Not ever seeing technical difficulties over that side yet, but we're going to give them one last try here. If not, oh well. I blame Elon. It's trying. So anyway, how's everybody doing? Good? Hope so. Good. Shelly said she's over there sneezing a lot. Good morning, Eric. What's up? Loretta Reed. What's up? Lisa Reed. We got a Reed and a Red. We got two Reeds. Lisa, are you related to Loretta Lynn Reed? We got two Reeds. Gotta like that. What's up over there on YouTube? So we're streaming live. It's our daily brew. How's everybody doing? It is Friday, so we're gonna bring out one of my favorite pictures of all time. This was a staged photo because I normally would have more of that in the cart. But I hope everybody's doing great. This is our weather family here located in Oldsmar, Florida. We're going to talk about the weather. Oh, look at that. Twitter just ignited. Let me make sure it's, I don't know if that's a word or not, but I'm saying ignited like it's something. Let's see if we're live or not. All right, so it says we're live. Hang on. Bear with me. Everybody talk a little bit. I'm trying to figure this one out. Oh, let's see if it shows up here. Producer, hey, look at that. So we can click on it. Let's see if I can tweet it now. Oh, I can tweet it. Yay! Okay, now we're tweeting. Tweet, tweet, tweet. What song is that, everybody? How about you all that grew up in the 50s? What song was that? Tweet, 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 rockin' little girl all day long. Rockin'. All right, there you go. So anyway, if it is your Friday, TGIF, hope you have a great weekend on tap. Make sure you stop by your local ABC Fine Wine and Spirits. Did you know they were family owned and operated? 1936. 2 years. They were born 2 years before my dad. Rockin' Robin. Shelly, you can't win the prize. What do you win? Another year of me. Bye. You don't want that. So big thanks to ABC. We love them to death. Going on, I think, 5 years now with them. All right, here's my picture from last night. I didn't realize it, but there is a spooky face in the photo. 2 faces, apparently. Do you see it? We had dinner with Mom and Dad. We went to Cody's, and we were home before dusk. That's a first for us. When you eat dinner with your parents, you eat early. So, I don't know. Do you see the face? Right here. See it? There's a face right there. Anyway, another little picture I was going to share before we get right into the weather here. This guy right here, Josh Williams. Did you follow this story in NASCAR? So he was the one that parked it on the front straightaway. NASCAR told him to park it. Well, he parked it all right. He parked it on the front straightaway. Never happened before with NASCAR. And he got big trouble. They're actually banning him this weekend. I don't know. Big debate in NASCAR world whether or not they should have banned him a race. But anyway, you see that black stuff on the hood? That's tape. And apparently a piece of that tape blew off. Threw out the caution. They got mad at him, parked him. Problem is, it was like 40 degrees in Atlanta. And the word that I heard is that stuff doesn't stick in 40-degree weather. So do you blame the guy for getting mad that the tape didn't stick? Parked for a race? I don't know, man. I don't know. But anyway, that was the NASCAR news there for that little route. But anyway, here's the weather. We're going to talk about. I got a new background. You see it? I got the beach scene. Got rid of the winter scene on our Facebook page and the YouTube channel. Officially have beach now because it's going to be in the 90s here in Florida today and tomorrow and Sunday. Can you believe it? All right. Everybody can say bye, Louie. Say bye, Louie. Louie's my favorite. My mom gets mad because she thinks I spend more time with Louie than I do Hunter, so I try to do equally. We'll show Hunter on Monday, okay? Say bye, everybody. He's 5 years old now. Yep, 1 race suspension, Nick. Yep. No points, though. That was kind of odd. So anyway, hope everybody's doing good. Vicky Hill, how's it going? Oh, Tom, how's Mr. Cruise Man doing? House on fire. What's up, Miss Katie Haley? Tiki Room. Rusty Bellies. I've never really been there, Nick, honestly. Should I go? Sharon Richard, good morning. Good morning from North Carolina. Sindel Lou. North Carolina. Get a little storms maybe tomorrow. So, yeah, Ryan Richards, I would have parked mid-track. Yeah, he was a little pissed. Rightfully so. Cindy Snyder, what's up? Hey, Miss Sharkies. What's up, Valerie Bauer? Chris, 40s and 9. Our temperatures went from they saw, you all see the joke, they went from state trooper. Usually it's went from 90 to 40 like it saw a state trooper. Well, it's the opposite. The state trooper pulled off the interstate and our temperatures went from 40 to 90. A couple things I want to share and we'll talk about the weather. Got a really nice thank you card from the state of Florida. Look at that. Is that awesome or what? So they signed it. Of course, Kevin Guthrie and his staff. They said, Mike Boylan. See? Mike Boylan. Thank you for supporting the Florida Division of Emergency Management and having us partner with you on the Hurricane Awareness Machine at the Beef 300. This event allowed us to continue our spread of message of emergency preparedness to help build a stronger and more resilient Florida. Looking forward to working with you more in the future. So that is pretty awesome, man. That's going in my stack of goodies. Thank you, state of Florida and everybody. So what's that above me? Well, I changed the address, Shelly. It's now pointing to Orioles Park. This is actual storm data coming out of my Storm Chaser truck live currently right now. I don't know if you saw the picture or not, but I got a weather station, a Tempest, mounted on my truck, and it's actually battery powered So when I turn the truck off, it'll continue to send signals to the planet or above the planet and back to you. So that anyway. So the goal is when we storm chase this season, you're going to get live pressure, temperature, rainfall rates, lightning, wind. Pretty exciting. So the Brew crew saw how it's mounted. I got so excited. So I look at this little gadget. I made this. This is going to be a side mount that's going to actually hold the pipe up. So now I have even more sturdiness off the window to keep it from rocking and rolling. This is the coolest thing ever. I sit there late at night and I'm like dreaming of ways to, make it better. And I'm like, oh, I know what to get. Of course, Amazon had what I was looking for. So I'm going to play with that later. And then I realized because I got to point to true north, I needed a compass. So I mounted a little compass on it. But then I realized the Storm Chaser didn't have a compass. So I got me a compass for the old Storm Chaser. Because you never know. When I'm sitting there talking weather, I need to say to the north, to the south, to the east, to the west. And sometimes you get your bearings are messed up. Even though men were born with a magnet in their nose. Not sure you know that or not, but the old wise tale says that men were born with a magnet in their nose. And that's why we're far superior when it comes to directions. Right, ladies? Donate! Let's go. We got magnets in our nose. So anyway, let's talk some weather. Mendes Short says Rusty Bell's great seafood. I'll tell you what, I had the best lobster of my life when we were in the Coco Cay on our cruise. Eric got a Tempest too. We are one big Tempest family. That's awesome. I got to get Shelly one now. She's going to get mad at me. I got her the Accurite like I got. Well, mine actually started failing, ironically, about a month ago. So it worked out good timing. But I have a link on the page if you guys want to check it out for that. Everything's right. Okay, so we got big storms brewing. Let's talk about some weather, big storms. So they're worried about this storm system. So it's funny. I saw Reed Timmer post this, and I believe this because I thought this in the past. This is based on the same system that brought that tornado to Los Angeles a couple days ago. And sometimes these systems, when they produce, they maintain that character through its life cycle. So we'll see if it pans out or not, but there is expected to be a big tornado outbreak later today. A lot of supercells are going to be developing out ahead of this main line, and so parts of Mississippi, Louisiana, maybe parts of Arkansas, even in Alabama, lower Tennessee need to be watching this tonight. And it could be late, overnight, could be going into the deep hours. One thing we were talking about on the Daily Brew Monday, Wednesday was that this thing's going to go through the nighttime on tonight, near the Panhandle by tomorrow morning and upwards towards Georgia, South Carolina. And then this thing flattens out. If you remember, if you were watching on Wednesday, we saw it. And I'm like, whoa, well, now it's flattening out. And we got a Storm Prediction Center showing the upper Gulf on Sunday. And then our next big system, they're already showing 7 days out. So we're kind of getting in that springtime system. Not a lot of rain for Florida Peninsula coming. Looks like 7 days of dry weather ahead. And the other big story is big snow. Or big heat, 90s, nearing upper 90s in Florida through the weekend and on the peninsula. But we're going to look at the nor'easter possibilities too, because we were talking about that on Wednesday. I didn't even bother looking today. But anyway, here the latest Storm Prediction Center update just came out. Let's take a look at that. Here's the area, same areas. The big note here to look at is the hatched area. Pretty large hatched area here. And this is areas that could see an EF2 or greater. So that's kind of the big concern is going to be a large area with these supercells today. So all storm chasers are out there chasing. Tune in to my good buddy Reed Timmer. He's already out there showing shelf clouds in Texas. But that's a large hatched area of storms developing today. Now tomorrow, we do have this. They might upgrade this. I was reading. This is through the night into tomorrow. So we got the Panhandle, Lower Bama, Georgia, and South Carolina. This is tomorrow. They're talking about maybe upping this to slight risk, and they also mentioned the tornado. So this is something to keep a close eye on tomorrow. And then on Sunday, we showed this on Wednesday, but this area is going to flatten out, and we're going to have another bubble of storms popping up Sunday morning that's going to spread for the upper Gulf Coast. So rainy BOGO weekend across the upper Gulf Coast into Georgia and South Carolina. So BOGO, BOGO, BOGO. And in case you don't know what BOGO is, Google it. Lady Fox, the map ahead of my head. So here, the map above my head, that is live storm data from my truck. So the goal is this. I'm thinking about doing 2-camera storm chasing this season with the big camera over here, which makes no sense because I'm pointing to the wall, but apparently it looks like I'm pointing to the screen. That'll be the screen. I want to do a camera in my face. People suggested it. Get reactions. I can talk to the camera. So we're going to try to stream 2 cameras this year, and then I'm going to have all this other stuff over here, any which way, over here. I don't know what I'm going to put over there. We'll put some links and sponsors and stuff. So that's the goal. That's the goal. All right, so let's take a look at radar. The big story. The big story, too, is no rain. You can always find these maps on my site, but here's the rain map. This is kind of showing everything in a nutshell. This is our double system. This is today. So this rains today, and then the thing flattens out, and there's your rain on Sunday, Monday. But as you noticed, nothing in the Florida Peninsula. So, not good. We got a drought index I shared the other day, and you can see this right down here. Florida, unfortunately, has some orange brewing. This has just got updated too. Today actually. So here's yesterday. Here's the newest one. Now we're getting some extreme drought or severe drought in Orlando area, north of Orlando, and Lake County, Volusia County. Large area down here in the Everglades around Okeechobee. So that's bad. Hopefully it's not looking like 98 with the forest fires like we had, wildfires like we had back then. But 7 days outlook is not looking like any rain in the south. So we'll keep an eye on that for sure. There's a live look at the radar, heavy line of storms. The main threat obviously is not happening yet, but we're going to start to see little clusters of storms popping up throughout the day, and these are going to be what's fueling the storm chances. Like I said, there'll be a bunch of storm chasers out there. If it wasn't so dang far away, I would have thought about it going, but that's just too far for me. And plus, we got softball today. I'm not going to miss Emily's softball, that's for sure. Here's a look at radar, just to give an idea now what we're looking at throughout the day. So as we get into the evening hours, afternoon hours, this is what we're looking at. This is 3, 4, 5 o'clock tonight, but then these are the little cells that we're going to be watching, and this is what we got coming. So we got to keep a heavy eye on everything today. This is going to tonight. That storm line is going to continue through the night. This is around midnight tonight. Still popping some storms all the way up through Kentucky, Tennessee. And then here is tomorrow morning. We start to see little cells developing here early daybreak. There's our line. We'll see how much is left, but Storm Prediction Center showing the potential for storms because of these little discrete supercells, they call them, that could pop up. Tomorrow morning, I know we had a lot of questions in the Carolinas. This is about midday, early afternoon. There could be a line of storms stretching all the way from Pensacola, Tallahassee, northeastward through the eastern part of North Carolina. This is timing about 3 p.m. So that's still on tap. South Carolina all the way down through Georgia. So there's our skinny little line on Saturday afternoon. This line is going to flatten out and bubble up more storms on Sunday. And if you look at Sunday, you'll be able to see what I'm talking about. Let's go to Sunday morning. Sunday morning coming down. Did anybody get my Johnny Cash little hint there? Hey, I remember Chris Roth. What's up, Mr. Chris? It was nice meeting you on the cruise, by the way, Chris. I remember the AA books. My dad used to get them. That's how we used to get motels. I remember flipping. We'd be traveling, and I'd be like, let's go to this motel. I'd look at all the amenities. And I don't even think kids nowadays know what Rand McNally is. Brian, I don't know about storms after Alabama after midnight. I don't think there's anything scientific about that. Just I don't know. Mikey, I don't think Tampa's ever going to see rain again. Jonathan, you can send some of that rain to us, buddy. We don't have anything. Mirtha teaching history. Cool. What's up, Miss Kitchen? But anyway, so this is Sunday morning. We got a lot of people watching Louisiana, that neck of the woods, Mississippi, Florida. Unfortunately, this is going to happen. We showed it on Wednesday. Look at this, storms popping. Sunday morning, coming down. Strong storms possible here across the upper Gulf, and this is going to expand throughout the day on Sunday. Nothing down in Peninsula, but as far as Sunday plans go, watch this expansion here. This is Sunday, 8 p.m. So throughout the day on Sunday, it's hit or miss. Who gets what? But it does appear thunderstorms are in the forecast here for Sunday. Sunday. Let's see what that low ever made it up there. Let's see what the old euro is showing. So, well, let's see here. Let's see what we got. It's still kind of showing. This is sloppy, but this was what we were looking at, possible nor'easter. This is Sunday, 3 a.m. 3 a.m. And, not as strong of a signal. That's what usually happens with these things. But snowfall for the Northeast. Let's take a look at that real quick because we talked about it. They deserve love too. All right, rain and snow, Northeast. This is a blended map, so let's look at total snowfall just for fun, kind of get an idea. Through and it's the same as always. Doesn't quite make it. But, hey, it was fun talking about it. It's still going to be windy, though. No doubt. Heavy winds here Sunday morning, blowing in. There's our frontal line starting to whip up a little low pressure area. So, nor'easter or not, there's our low pressure setting up here right off the tip of Boston here. This is Sunday, 1 a.m., and you can see the low kind of pull northward, 997. So, there'll be some windy day on Sunday through New York, all that wind coming in. So, that's that. Long range, we got this to talk about. Day 7. Very rare to see a day 7 outlook. But there it is. Day 7. Here we go again, right? All right. So, let's talk about El Nino real quick. I said we'd talk a little bit about hurricanes. A lot of buzz about La Nina and El Nino, and I'm over it. I think, in fact, I need to email Dusty. I just remembered. Dusty, are you watching? So our 2023 hurricane shirt, I'm going to make sure the new slogan for us is going to be, it only takes one. That's the theme. No more bring it on. It's going to be, it only takes one. Because every season usually is defined by that one or two storms. And even though we're entering potential El Nino in the late summer months, it definitely helps the Caribbean 100%. Hopefully chokes off any storms coming across the Atlantic. But we, meaning United States, coastal United States, continental United States, all of ours are homegrown. And I got to remind people that 2018 was a El Nino year. Not trying to be a hypist, but the reality is 2018 we saw Michael in Florence. 2018 was a strong El Nino year. And 2004 was an El Nino year, and we had 4 storms hit Florida that year. So you can't get too wrapped up in this El Nino, La Nina thing, and I really don't. Maybe I should care about it more, but man, there's just so much talk about it, and I'm just over it because last year everybody started the season out, oh my God, we're in La Nina, we're going to have a record number of hurricanes, and we ended up with an average season. Now they're, I don't know, maybe it was whatever, so. I'm just not getting too wrapped up in this, especially looking at history and past seasons. So, biggest thing I'm looking at right now is, A, cold fronts are dipping far south. Normally in May, we've had a lot of systems in May over the years. They aren't very serious, but it doesn't mean the season's going to be any more active or not. But let me find my May stats here real quick, and then we'll talk more about El Nino and La Nina. Here's my cruise presentation that I had on the ship. See if I can find it. It's got to load. Can't remember where the heck. Where was it? Oh, lordy. Let's see here. Let's see. What am I even looking for now? I forget. El Nino, La Nina. What the hell was I looking for? I don't remember now. I just had a brain fart. It's going to hit me. That's what I was looking for. May. So we had a name system in 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. We had a name system in May. We didn't have one last year. Usually they're off of old frontal lines. And they sit and spin over warm water, and they end up becoming tropical, subtropical. So it's not uncommon to get a system in May. Doesn't mean the season's going to be any busier or not. Hopefully they're weak tropical, but like I said before, a weak tropical system can produce a lot of damage. Only a Category 1, Irene, Isaac, Sandy, Hermine, Matthew, Nate, Florence, Barry, Hannah, and the ECE were only Category 1s. Florence was a $24 billion storm because of flooding, so only takes one. But back to El Nino, La Nina. Like I said, 18 we were in a El Nino pattern, so we'll see. Definitely helps, I think, bring a lot of wind shear to the hurricane graveyard, they call it, which is the Caribbean area. So we have a lot of folks down Jamaica, Hispaniola, Puerto Rico, Virgin Islands, Lesser Antilles, that area, ABC Islands, I think definitely that'll help slow down any chances of storms becoming too strong, hopefully. I don't know when Maria was. When was Hurricane Maria? That really was a bad one for Puerto Rico. 17. So that was a La Nina year. See, and Irma was the last, and Irma, I remember tracking across the Atlantic, and that was also in 17. And Irma and Maria both came across the Atlantic, and that makes sense, right? Because there was less wind shear across the Atlantic and across the Caribbean here, meaning that typically when you see the El Nino maps, it's showing you a lot of wind shear through this area right here. So Irma came across, Maria came across, and they survived because there was less wind shear. So El Nino years, which we're coming up on, hopefully we get a lot of wind shear developed towards the end of the season and protect that. Now, Michael, Florence went north or over all this stuff. We had all kinds of action in Florida in 2004. So again, I can't stress enough. I don't think the Gulf and Caribbean, Western Caribbean, Northern Western Caribbean care about El Niños. So biggest thing in my book right now is water temperatures, how fast these waters are going to heat up. Your weekly anomalies are still showing above normal. We expect to see lower than normal temperatures in the Atlantic this time of year, especially when we have SAL outbreaks and Saharan dust. But we don't even look at this area until July, August, September. This is where we watch, and those are going to be the short-term indicators is water temperature. Last year we had some theory that the high-pressure system moved more north than normal, meaning that our waves came across a little higher altitude, which ended up in more sow, more shear. Typically they come across a little lower. So, there's a lot of factors that nobody knows at this point in the game. But this is something we can know at this point, and definitely need to watch. Frontal lines die out. You can see them on this Null School map, which I did donate to, by the way. Leftover frontal lines linger, and sometimes these little low pressure areas end up popping a little something something. So that's where you watch. We know we don't really get any Caribbean waves this time of year, but sometimes these Caribbean waves will combine with a low pressure area, and that'll be all it needs to get kick started. We get a little low pressure down here now around Central America, but that's why that May map shows activity. Usually they're tail end of fronts that sometimes get a little kickstart from a Caribbean wave. And and looking at the future for El Nino, which I don't know if I kept up. Did I lose it? The forecast is showing that probability of El Nino is getting up there. This is August, September, October. June and July could still be neutral. So, July is when we start to maybe see a little more chance for something bigger. June is kind of rare to see anything too severe because the water temperatures are still cool. But the fact is, we're really not showing, July could be still a little sneaky as we're kind of more on a leaning toward a neutral pattern. But that's, too much hype, I think, is involved with at least in the United States here with the El Nino. That's just my opinion, obviously. I'm not a meteorologist. Never have been. But just my gut. I got a big gut. I'm laughing at my own jokes. Anyway. All right, so anything else we can look at in the weather world? We know we got big, strong storms coming. We got storms, unfortunately, across the upper Gulf through tonight, through tomorrow. Like I said, tonight, don't be surprised if we get some sneaky little storms from our system. It's going to get really nasty today, but overnight, let's go look at Friday, 8 p.m. So here's a general idea where our system's going to be Friday tonight. But as we get into the midnight hour, we can still see storms entering Alabama overnight. Going to be inching towards the Florida Peninsula overnight tonight, and you can just see how there could be some storms early morning. This is 6 a.m. across the Florida Panhandle and through Alabama. So this is wake up tomorrow morning. And then of course throughout the day we could get some sneaky storms mid afternoon. Let me go to Saturday about 2 p.m. Could have some storms entering Eastern Carolina and South Carolina tomorrow afternoon. And like I said, this thing flattens out and gets a little bit of resurgence from another little area popping in. And boom, we start to see a whole new system. This is 8 a.m. on Sunday. So it's BOGO, man. Look at this. For you, Katie. BOGO Saturday, BOGO Sunday. If the bedrooms are rocking, don't come knocking. That means there's a storm. Joe, yeah. So the only thing, Joe asked a great question. Are you aware of any hurricane model enhancement? The only thing that I read, Joe, and I can't find it officially yet, but apparently they're going to 7-day instead of 5-day graphical. Long range outlooks are going to be 7-day now maps, not 5-day maps. That could be significant. So that's the only thing I heard. They haven't done any modification to the cone yet. Oh boy. So the only thing I heard is they might be going to a 7-day map instead of 5-day. So thank you, Harold. How's it going, buddy? Thank you. Big Gut supplied by ABC. Yeah, I haven't had a beer since the cruise. That's pretty good. Lost like 9 pounds since the cruise, Shelley. Pretty awesome. So yeah, Joe, anything else we can talk weather about? Let's see here. Yeah, the boys are snoring, Keisha. He calmed down a little bit. Want to see how they're sleeping? I do this a lot. Let me take a live picture for everybody. Show you what they look like right now. Why is there? Can somebody invent a tear-off windshield for phones? I'm past the stage of being motivated, but if any kids out there are motivated, come up with a tear-off plastic for your phone camera, and that way, I mean, because it is so awful to have fuzzy, hazy pictures. All right, so let me take a live picture of the dogs, and I'll show you what they look like right now. This is so cute. So cute. They're so cute. All right. This is how they're sleeping right now. They're like nestled together. Look at that. That's what they're doing right now. They're like BOGO. The boys are BOGO. And I'm sure Hunter's the one making the noise right now, not Louie. So anyway, so Shelly, you're sneezing a lot. You said the allergies are bad. Thank you, Loretta Reed. Thank you very much. I can eat the steak and lobster. It's the carbs. Soft cloth. I use my shirt, Mike. Tabletop Greek. Yeah, I just showed it, buddy. It looks like they do weaken. There is going to be a skinny little line, though. Could be a skinny little line of storms coming your way. Might be quick. Cone has not changed in Mirtha as far as I know. And as you know, we've talked a lot about the cone. A lot about the cone. As a matter of fact, let me see if I can find it. We talking about. Let's see here. I think it was Saturday morning. We're going to be doing these.
Hey, good morning, everybody. It's Mike here at Mike's Weather Page. It's Sunday morning. It's still dark outside, but
Yeah, I did this Sunday. Remember now, the storm hit Wednesday, Thursday. But we talked about the cone here. Let me show you.
Here's the latest cones from the NHC. This comes out at 5 a.m. You can see the cone stretches from the tip of the pan.
Oh, the bus driver. I got to tell the bus driver Sarah's not coming.
Hey. The day 4, day 5 track. Anybody in this cone technically can get the eye wall. And you got to remember the other thing people are forgetting, this is the eye wall. This is a 450-mile system as of yesterday. So that is going to bring effects well inland. So yeah, folks, focus too much on that center line. This is still a big deal for the peninsula. Regardless,
Bus was late.
This video is more focused about this possible shift back east.
So anyway, we were talking a lot about this cone thing, you know, how, you know, I was worried about the cone.
Me, the golf, warm loop eddies.
So anyway, Fort Myers was right on the edge of that cone.
This thing makes a turn. That M is still an M. So the farther north this goes, let's say it does weaken. If this thing turns east, it's still an M, meaning a major hurricane. So, you know, that possibility is still there.
Anyway, I don't want to relive it. It was a bad storm. But the cone was is very deceiving to a lot of folks because the cone is only where the eye could go. And it doesn't show you the effects of the storm, which I would envision. I would love a cone that was red, yellow, green. The red impacts would fade into yellow, fading into green, which would able to do two things. One, it would be able to go inland, showing you the effects that it doesn't show now. And also a bigger storm, they could expand the eastern side of that shaded area down way past where they think the center is going to be. So it would get people in their head to realize if this thing does hit, you know, Fort Myers, the effects are going to be way to the east, down in Naples and whatnot, outside that cone. So I would love a faded red to yellow, or maybe red, orange, yellow, possibly on impact zones. And that would give a lot less impacts on the western side. Let people realize, like Tampa barely got a drop of rain from Charlie. So Same thing with Laura and Michael when it hit the upper Gulf Coast. The effects were so much more to the east side. So you could draw a center point basically, but fade it with the red, orange, yellow, or whatever color, showing the impact areas would be well past that. And they would be able to do that inland. Because we had Category 3 winds in Alabama and Georgia with Michael that people weren't expecting. Same thing with every storm. People, number one thing I hear with people is they had no idea that the effects were going to be that bad inland. So it would be great to see a graphic that would show the impacts. And then, and honestly, maybe two. I think two graphics would be great. A wind impact zone and a rain impact water zone would be surge plus inland flooding. Because then they could zone in on the fact that, oh my goodness, we're going to have a lot of impacts from flooding, not on top of wind. So it's complicated for sure on educating people, but definitely this was a weird storm because it rode that outside edge. And there you go. That's the rest of the story. Anyway, anything else we could talk about? Otherwise, I'm going to go mount my Storm Chaser truck. Weather. So above me right now, look at that. We got 2.5 mile an hour winds coming from the. Oh, I didn't reposition it to north though. God, I got to remember to do that. The pressure's high though. Look at that, 1019. I got to remember to point that sucker to north, and I bought the little compasses on it so I can turn it. But look at that, 10.19. We got a high pressure dome over us here. This is an awesome graphic right here. If you just look at this graphic right here, I love Windy. That's why we support them. But this is just really classic of what's going on right now. So there you go. Big old high pressure system over the Atlantic, driving in these storms. But high pressure keeping in the heat over us. 1019 pressure. Temperature wise, it's going to be warm as heck today in the southeast. Let's just look at the blended models. It's usually pretty good. Well, no, at this point in the game, we got to look at it. NWS, they're about the best when it comes to temperatures. Euro usually hypes it a little more than. But anyway, here's temperatures today, and we're going to be inching towards 90 in the middle. Well, 100% 90s in the middle of the state. But look at these 80s all across Mississippi and into North Carolina and Virginia, and upper 80s in South Carolina and upper 80s in Georgia. And tomorrow, that cool front comes down, flattens out, but pushes all that heat back to Florida. We're going to have upper 90s to a big chunk of the state. Orlando could break records. If you're going to see Mickey Mouse tomorrow, it's going to be very hot. Very hot tomorrow. So southeast temperatures get that cold front flattens out, right? We got rain on Sunday, but Florida doesn't get it. So let's zoom in on the peninsula here. And boom, we're going to see that for tomorrow. Upper 90s. I mean, we might see we could see close to 98, 9900 some parts here across the middle part of the state. Sunday, even more here for middle part of Florida. We got 90s all the way to Jacksonville on Sunday. Now, why are you asking, why is the coastal area staying cool? Well, because the winds of this high pressure system blowing in Atlantic air, Gulf air, and that comes in off of the water. So the Gulf temperatures are a little cooler, helps bring in a little cooler air to the coastal areas. A lot of this air is cooled from the Atlantic, and it comes around and helps cool things off along the coast. And that's why, well, we're going to have rain here anyways, but that's why a little cooler up here is the winds bring in a little cooler air for there. But, just going to be hot. I don't know, man. Front system's coming. Let's look at tropical tidbits. Take a look here real quick. Anything coming down the pipe. And we will take a look here. So there's our system now. Didn't really set up coastal low. There's our Sunday system lingering to Monday. So this rain's going to last through Monday for sure across the upper Gulf. Maybe a midweek front. I don't know. Nothing Nothing stands out yet to really talk about. I'm still going to have some coastal action this weekend from that system. There's our Sunday, Monday juice down south. Kind of lingers a little bit. I don't know, man. Bad news for Florida, though. I don't see rain for almost 10 days. That's not good. Let's go to the Euro and look at that for rain potential. It looks like that high pressure and you know what that high pressure does, man? It starts warming up the waters. We got seaweed on the way. No, I have no idea if that's true or not. But apparently we got a 5,000 blob of seaweed that's going to be here in July. Hope not. Ugh, what the heck is that going to be like? All right, so 10-day rain. Wow, there's your 10-day rain forecast. 10-day rain forecast. That's the rains all the way through April the 2nd. Not much. Look at anything blue is a half an inch, right? So they're not even showing 0.1, 0.2. That's not even measurable, really. Panhandle getting it from the system a little bit today, tomorrow, but a lot more Sunday as this thing flattens out. So there you go. There you go. There you go. Oh, Harold, seaweed. Yeah, listen, the only thing I read about it was it's on satellite. It's already affecting parts of the Caribbean, Harold. And there's been pictures. I don't know if I just don't know if it's true or not. But it's supposed to head up into the Gulf June, July. They've been tracking it for years, apparently. And it could reach the beaches on both sides of the state this summer. But again, I don't want to sound ignorant about it because I really don't know much about it. If it's really anything, I don't know if it's normal or what. But anyway, there is seaweed coming. It's verified by satellite and it's big. Whether or not it makes coast or not, we'll see. Timing does put it. They said I think July for Florida, which means upper Gulf, July, August maybe. What it does for hurricane season, who the heck knows? Does it cool the water underneath it? Does it absorb more heat? I don't know. Harold, I don't think so, man. 5,000 pounds of seaweed. The article I read, one of the countries in the Caribbean had like hundreds of trucks, dump trucks were clearing out the beaches. I don't know. Like I said, I didn't really research it enough. But what you got going on, Mr. Chris, this week? We got a big softball tournament. Mirth, that might be a good idea. A little Florida emergency management graphics, maybe. They're a good page to follow on all social. No Haddock Air, Joel Harrison. Tom, no, it doesn't report to GPS. It's actually what I program into it. I had the house program, but but what's cool about it is, for me, when I do storm chase, I'll be able to put in an estimated coordinate to where I'm at. So it'll be, we get a storm or frontal line or something. It'll be interesting to park it on the beach or something and see for reference. But it's manually updating. So like I put a link right here now on the very bottom left of the page, Storm Chaser Weather Station. If you click on it, I changed it to Ariel's Park. So there you go. MWP Storm Chaser. There's my famous park. That's the site of the tornado. Right there. So it's whatever you program in is where it's going to show. But it's such a great unit, man. I just cannot believe how simple it is and clean it is, and you just mount it anywhere. It's so awesome, and the battery, minimal battery, solar powered. So yeah, it's a heck of a unit. I do have a link on here. that you can go to, and it is right here. And right above it is our shirt that apparently is going pretty good. Everybody likes the new design. So, anyway, check out the station. Oh, look at it. I didn't know that's new. The lines stay with my scroll bar now. That's neat. Neato. Hey, listen, by the way, I was talking to somebody yesterday. They did it. They did it while I was talking to them. But it's almost time for hurricane season. A lot of people don't have generators. I was talking to a lady at my Dimmitt Chevrolet. 30% off right here. Boom. You click on that link right there, and it automatically applies 30% off free shipping at checkout. My favorite generator, well, there's two. I like the big ones. I think they're called a Performance Series. So I have a tri-fuel. They got all new colors now because they have CO2 indicators on them. So I have the big guy here. I think this is the one I got. It's got remote start, tri-fuel, propane gas, and natural gas. But the coolest one are these little guys, these little Whisper Series. These are like 50 decibels. You can pick it up. It hums like, I mean, it's so awesome. Perfect for tailgating. But let's say you want to buy this one. It's $829.99, right? Great price for a little inverter. Inverter means it's got, the power is created a little differently than normal, so it creates the lot less decibels. Bottom line. So let's say you want it, you add it to the cart. Look what happens. Check out. It goes from $829 to a whopping $581. So for only $500, man, you get that. That's the ultimate tailgater gas generator. But anyway, so I got the new colors on my YouTube channel. I took a picture from Three Ricker Island. We're slowly trekking out of winter and heading into springtime and summer. All right, there you go. All right, so we will be live on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I actually changed the date here to let everybody know, too. Daily Brew returns back daily on May 15th. Tropical seasons outlooks start May 15th. These little guys right here get updated on May 15th. So May 15th, these will be updated 4 times a day, and we will be live once a day, unless there's a storm to talk about. So... cool. Fleet's got a shirt. Yay! Awesome. Thank you. It's a good way to support the site. People like the donkey and they like everything, but I wanted a cleaner summer shirt. The 2023 shirt's coming out soon. We're going to incorporate the new official logo that we use on the NASCAR. And like I said, I'm going to incorporate, it only takes one. And we'll have the names on it and everything. So, had a fan on Twitter post yesterday. They had a shirt from 2017, and I was like, wow, that's a long time ago that we were doing shirts. So cool. All right, well, it was great. All right, we got a good weekend ahead of you. I hope you have a great weekend. We got big 2 days of softball. Hey, by the way, if you live in Oldsmar tonight and Saturday and Sunday has Oldsmar Days. So it's a great festival Oldsmar puts on. It's free. They have music all every day. I think it's all day long, but for sure at night they have some great bands. It's free. It's an Oldsmar. They got a car show on Sunday. They have all kinds of fun tomorrow. So Google Oldsmar Days. The weather's beautiful. So I'll be out there tomorrow night. So if I see you, I'll see you. Aria Riggs, yeah, it should be on a tank top. Let's see. I don't even know. Let's see. We'll click on it. So if you click on the logo here, on the bottom, it should have additional products. Or we can just go apparel and hit tank tops. There it is right there. Yep. Got a couple different designs. It all depends on what's in stock, but we should be on tank top. Of course, when you click on it, you can change color. You're not locked into... It's kind of whatever they have in stock, but I like that peachy vibe, man. If I was a tank topper, I'd be wearing that one right there. But you don't want to see me in a tank top. All right. Well, have a great weekend, everybody. We'll see you all on Monday. Be safe in the upper Gulf region northward today and tonight. And unfortunately, weekend plans for the upper Gulf is not looking good. So, but hey, at least you know, right? See you guys Monday.